Yo, what's up guys? For today's video we are gonna do something a little bit different than the other videos. So instead of covering the defensive side of the game, we are going into some of the offensive side, just working with some event troops. So for the event, the cookies and the ram riders are back. The most important thing to remember is the frost spell, which was one of the things that made the army so broken, isn't back. So it's not as strong as it used to be, so keep that in mind. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first strategy I'm gonna recommend you guys using in terms of power wise and how easy is it to use and learn is this army. 15 ram riders and 14 cookie. You can play with it and bring more ram riders, less cookies, or more cookies, less ram riders, but this is the sweet spot for me. For this one, what you want to do is really simple. You basically use your king and queen on one side to funnel and the siege barracks on the other side to set the funnel. Then start the ram riders and the cookies in between them and use your overgrowth in the core of the base or some side of the base to keep them all together good. Like, let's watch this. So you're, like I said, using the siege barrack here. I'm gonna use 2 cookies to just funnel my siege barracks and heroes to go where I want them to. Then we are gonna just spam everything into the town hall. One other thing to keep in mind, you could keep some ram riders and cookies in your pocket and sprinkle them in when you want, but I chose to spam them all in on this one. So on this one, when I said use your overgrowth and core, this is what I mean. I want my cookies to go into the CC and cut through instead of going all over the place in the core of the base and splitting into 2-3 separate packs. This way they can all move together and take out each side of the base as a unit. Then one of the other important things about this army is your freeze placement. Don't be afraid of using your freezes. So just keep freezing the hard-hitting defenses, because if you don't, you're gonna lose most of your troops in the core or in heavy areas of the base really early. So just keep an eye on that. But yeah, you could remove some troops to add 1 or 2 headhunters as well, but I just don't think it's necessary, because the cookies and ram riders, they can take out the heroes pretty fast, easy. That's how it's done. For your equipment, I'm running earthquake boots and the spiky ball on king. On my queen, I'm using the healer puppet and the mirror, and on my warden, I'm using healing tome and the eternal tome. On my RC, I'm using the RC shield and the spear, but I think the hog puppet is gonna be better, but yeah, that's just my thought. So for the second base with this strategy, we are doing basically the same thing. This base used to be an anti-cookie base the last time we saw this event troops in the game, so it's gonna be harder than other bases, but we're gonna just take it out in one try. Again, I'm gonna use 1 cookie to funnel my siege barracks and my heroes to the area I want them to go. Then I'm just gonna spam everything inside the core of the base. Simple as that. Using an early warden ability with my tome. Then I'm gonna use my overgrowth again on the corner on this flank to keep everything in the core of the base as much as I can. My heroes are gonna take out the town hall with the help of some of these ram riders, and I'm gonna just keep freezing the core till I get the value I want. I don't want these groups in the core to die out so fast, especially because I have my RC in there as well. I used all of my skellies on the back end on the scatters because of the 2 heroes and the ricochet cannon. These guys down here are doing good work clearing the overgrowth area of the base. But yeah, for example, because you're sending your RC behind everything, I think using the boots, electro boots with some hog puppets or something else is gonna be better than using the RC spear, but it's still good. You can use the RC spear. And as easy as that. We have all over 3 heroes up, some CC troops. I had an invis that I didn't need to use. It's not insanely overpowered, like leaving with 200 housing space swag or something like that, but it's a good army to use. It's easy to learn and execute. The other strategy I want to show you guys is dragon spam, and it's surprisingly very overpowered. So for the first base, we are gonna do this. On this, we are gonna use the event spell that just came out. So this one is really simple as well. You can use 3 of these spells on each air defense and take out the last air defense either with the drags itself or with your Sui, King and Queen. The last time the event came around, the event spell was hella random. Like if you dropped it on this air defense here, you could target something on the outside or something. It was too spread out, so you could miss something. But on this one, the RNG is much less this time around, so it's much better. Also, you can take out a max air defense with just one of these spells. With 6 housing spells, you can take out 3 air defenses and do the rest. For the equipment on this, I'm using arrow and healer puppet. On my warden, I'm using heal tome and eternal tome. On minion prince, I'm using this. You could bring the RC as well, but I really recommend using the minion prince on this one. It's something similar to the other base. You don't need that much funnel, but it doesn't hurt to have some idea of a funnel. Like I said, we are gonna take out these bottom 2 air defenses and this one on the top side. Then I'm using just 1 dragon here to funnel my the main pack of dragons. Then I'm gonna use my Sui up top to get that multi-archer tower. Then I can just spam into the base. For your spells, you can always use your first spell, first rage with the tome, and don't just do an early tome like in the first 5 seconds. Let the dragons take some damage, because you have the healing tome, you can heal them all back. After that, just keep rage. You have a second rage you can use for your core and your freezes as well. As for the siege, if you're using it for Legend League, the main siege you're going to be using is either Blimp or Stone Slammer. But if you're using it for wars or something like that, for a base like this, that I didn't need to use my Blimp to take out the Town Hall, like I'm going straight into the Town Hall, use the Stone Slammer. If you're going far side from the Town Hall, it's a good option to use the Blimp as well with the rage. As for how to use the minion prince, I'd say after you use your eternal tome, and when the minion prince is in a good position to freeze like some key defenses on the back end, then use it, but don't use the minion prince ability before using the eternal tome. Let's move to the second base for this strategy. So again, we're gonna take out 3 air defenses and leave 1 of the air defenses up to either take out with the dragon or with the Sui. On this, I'm gonna take out the 4th sweeper with my king and queen. So we snipe these 3 air defenses on 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. I'm gonna use 1 drag here to funnel this side a bit, not too much, just a bit. Then we are gonna start our heroes up top. We took out this air defense as well with the arrow, but you can drop the arrow and use your mirror just so queen is stronger, but I like to bring the arrow. It can sometimes take out good value in the core. Again, we use the rage early with the tome, poison for the CC, stone slammer in the core. Then again the second rage in the heaviest part of the core. My queen is still walking up top, my king is down here with electro boots. I still have 2 freezes. I used the minion prince to take out the 9 o'clock side, like freeze the 9 o'clock side of the base. But This strategy is, in my opinion, stronger than any other event troop in the game right now, because just look at this. I have like 6-7 dragons alive, I have 3 heroes alive, and it's just too overpowering. You just need to be a bit careful because you don't have too much control over the attack after you deploy everything into the base. So just be mindful of that. If you want more control or more options, I think the other strategies are better, like the cookie event troops I showed you guys is better because you have more spells. You can do other multiple different creative things with the army. For example, you can use your RC with the spear to funnel some areas of the base, then use your queen on the other side and turn it into a queen charge with the mirror. You have more control with it, but it's not as overpowering. But with this strategy, you don't have too much control over it, but it's so overpowering on every style of the base you guys can face in Legend League, in War, in CWL. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.